Great, right on time. Welcome to Digital Asset News. My name is Rob, taking the prospects of what's going on in the crypto world and trying to break it down into bite-sized pieces. So today, just the thumbnail and title suggests, we now have a second announcement for BlackRock. And the first one was Coinbase, and the next one, I believe, is much bigger. And these are the things in a bear market that allows me to be a little bit bullish and dream a little bit. Also, we'll do a Cardano follow-up, and then we'll take a look at some layer one and sidechain competitor news. And lastly, we'll go over a TokenMetrics interview with 50 lifetime membership giveaways. And what I'm talking about is going to look something like this. So I'm going to be able to give you 50 lifetime memberships from this. This is a snippet of the interview I did with Ian.
So lots of our customers and community have asked us to create lifetime subscriptions. So we figured, why not make this a lifetime NFT? So we've launched what's called TokenMetrics Astronaut Society, where we'll have a mint coming up within a month or so, where our community can purchase lifetime subscriptions to TokenMetrics as an NFT. And these NFTs will give you access to the platform.
So stick around for that, and then I'll be giving those away and showing you how to do it. So first of all, let's jump into a little bit about what is going on in the market. So today, it is the 11th or so, August 11th, I think. Yeah, look at that, 12:20 Texas, El Paso, Texas time. And I don't think this is right. Down 2.8%. Let me refresh this. That's better. All right, 1.4%. They didn't update it, but hey, not too bad. We're above 24,000 for Bitcoin, up 1.6. Ethereum's up. Everything's up, I think. Binance Coin's down a little bit, but hey, had a good run. 3.4% for Polkadot. Also, as a reminder, they have started staking on iTRUST Capital for Roth IRAs for Polkadot. It's a 90-day lockup. You can actually do staking within your Roth IRA tax-free right here in America. And what else we got? That's about it. Dang, Ethereum Classic is up 12%. I guess people just do not want to give that up as we start to move in towards the merge. And I can give you the exact date it's going to happen, potentially. So that's the market itself. That's what's going on, not a big thing. Let's jump into the big story today. BlackRock's second big announcement. And we had talked about this before when there was an announcement with Coinbase. And I got to tell you, I thought it was a pretty good deal as far as announcements go. I mean, BlackRock, they have, 10 trillion assets under management, or maybe 8.5 trillion, depending on the markets as it goes through its courses. What's a 1.5 trillion? But this was on August 4th, and it was a big deal. BlackRock teams up with Coinbase in the crypto market expansion. Even I was talking about how great it was, and it really is. I think it is, but there's been some particulars that need to be called out. And a couple of things. First is that the good part was BlackRock chose to partner with Coinbase because of its scale in the market and role in providing trading, custody services, prime brokerage, and reporting capabilities. The service will be available for clients of both companies. So that's good. That's a lot of people, a lot of money that can potentially flow into crypto. But here's the part that I think some people missed, even me. And it says, the Coinbase partnership between BlackRock and Aladdin is an exciting milestone for our firm. This is Brett Tepal, head of Coinbase Institutional. And Aladdin is just a data feed. It's a data feed through which BlackRock and their institutional investors can take a look and go, oh, that's what crypto is selling for. That's what Bitcoin is selling for. That sounds good. But again, so there were some people that were like, this isn't as big of a deal as people think it might be. And maybe they're right, maybe they're not. But I think it's a step in the right direction. But this, my friends, is where we want to be. And this is from today, August 11th. BlackRock offers Bitcoin investing to big institutional clients. This is what's going on. BlackRock is offering its first ever investment product directly in Bitcoin. So this isn't futures. This isn't a shorting ETF or something like that. This is the real deal. BlackRock is offering its first ever investment product directly in Bitcoin. The new private Bitcoin trust seeks to track the price of the biggest crypto and respond to demand from large institutional clients seeking exposure to the asset, even after its price plunged this year. And I got to tell you, in 2017, we didn't have any of this stuff. None of this. And that was during the big bull run. And then 2018, really you were looked at as kind of like a moron for getting in or staying into crypto because, it was a Ponzi scheme and whatnot. But now that we see all these big institutions and even El Salvador countries getting into it, you really got to take a step back and go, am I in the right place at the right time? I personally think I am. But I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. Who knows? But I just take a look at these stories and go, maybe this is a pretty good deal. So moving on, despite the steep downturn in the digital asset market, we are still seeing substantial interest from some institutional clients in how to efficiently and cost-effectively access these assets using our technology and product capabilities. This is from BlackRock. Announcement of the new Bitcoin Trust is the second major move. BlackRock last week unveiled crypto with Coinbase Global. So again, when I take a look at these stories, it's just kind of like these little breadcrumbs. And does it move the market, a tremendous amount? No, not really. But what I'm looking for is just a little momentum as we're in this bear market. As you know, on this channel, I've been quite bearish, and I think with good reason. I think, once we had 67,000, plunged down to 50,000, 49, 48, so on and so forth, I was like, you know what? I think this is not going to look too good for a while. And it wasn't. Inflation went up, supply chain issues, macro environment is not the best. So the narrative wasn't there. But right now, if people that are paying attention like me and you, and we're taking a look at these stories and we're like, you know what? This is when everybody gets rich, unfortunately, is in these bear markets. Everything that is building right now and things can move forward. Now, could this all collapse and we go to zero? Sure. Why not? But it is a speculative asset. And I got to tell you, these types of stories make me a little more bullish. Anyhow, let me just think about that in the comment section. Let's move on to a piece that I had covered, or we had covered a couple of days ago. And we've been off for a day or so, and then here and there because of health issues. And I'll get to all that in the Q&A later. We'll talk about it. But this was a story. Mark Cuban was on Altcoin Daily, and it was a good interview. It was like an hour long. Encourage everybody to watch it. Fantastic stuff. I know some people hate Mark Cuban, but hey, he is what he is. And depending if you hate him or love him, it doesn't really matter. The guy's got a lot of sway, not with us, but with the people that are out there that listen to Mark Cuban, because he's a shark. He's a Shark Tank, and people listen to him and go, oh, well, then Cardano's not that good because he said it's not that good, even though they don't do any research. It's just how it is. So we had talked about this, and there was a specific quote where Mark said this. Cuban says he looks at the number of transactions on a blockchain, calling it a bellwether of success. He looks at two things, fees and transactions. And he goes, I guess the people in Africa are not using Cardano as much as they expected because you don't see the transactions, you don't see the fees, and that's what excludes Cardano from being a success. And we took a pretty deep dive into it, and we took a look at the fees, and the fees were definitely not there, but that's probably because that ETH fees are so darn high. And of course, the fees for Cardano were much lower. And of course, that's why there wasn't a substantial revenue based on fees, which makes sense. But the big thing was transactions. And we took a look at transactions, and yes, it was true. Ethereum had much more transactions. But then I got this great post. And let me see if I can blow this up. It's from D.A.N. Torode. I think I said his name right. And he says, hey, look up what EUTXO is, and you will maybe understand why Cardano has less transactions. And I was, well, maybe you could explain it to me. See, here's the thing. There's a difference between me and some other people. Some people might be like, no, I know what I'm talking about. Here's the thing. If you have more information than me, let me know, because I'll take a look at it. And he says, in a nutshell, ADA and its dApps have the ability to handle hundreds, probably even thousands of transactions into one transaction, which is true. I've sent many different tokens through one transaction. It's simply not the same transfer model or TX model, and you can't realistically compare it to a non-UTXO, unspent transfers system using the same metrics. Unspent transfer is the same one that Bitcoin uses. Ethereum uses just a basic model, just back and forth. You have to go find the adjusted transaction volume metrics to get a closer comparison. Okay, so I was like, well, that's quite interesting. So what I did is there's a link in the description. It's Cardano Ghost Chain. Let me open this up. And what I took a look at is the basics from 1 through 12. And again, I'm not going to make an assumption for anybody. You are smart. You are smart. You are smart enough to figure this out. So I'm just going to give you the information, and then you can make your decision, because you're an autonomous human being. It's not that tough. So with Cardano, this is in 2020, 2021. This is the ecosystem. November, here's April. I haven't updated it yet because I can't find much data, but it's more. We'll say it's more. Everything's going good, right? Projects building Cardano about 1,000. All right. Here's how much is being staked. This is the staking ratio, 71%. Here's DeFi, 72 is locked up in DeFi. In Ethereum, it's 45 billion. Bitcoin is 118.55 million in DeFi, and Cardano only has 118.56. So it is what it is. So this is the thing that I added on here, which we take a look about fees and transactions. And there's a website he's always talking about, crypto fees, and he's right. I mean, Ethereum's crushing it with fees right now. I mean, that's what the whole point of the merge, not this. The merge is going to happen in about a month or so. That's not going to do much for fees. It's going to be the next iteration where they start to do sharding. Sharding is going to be very big. It's going to drop the fees, but not for a while. Heck, it took them years to get to this point. So we'll see if it goes that third point. Doesn't matter. Pay attention. So Ethereum here, 1 day fees is over 3 million, roughly every day. So they get like, good amount of fees, right? 1 day, 3 times 3, 90 million. Good for them. And then, of course, you can verify this for the fees per transaction over on Messari. And it says right here, this is on July 28th, the average transaction fee for Ethereum was $3.99. Now, it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on smart contracts and whatever you're doing. Sure. Okay. Cardano makes squat. It only makes it at $13,000 in fees. Ripple had much lower, I might add, $750. And that's just the truth. The fees are very low. And Mark Cuban's right. And we take a look here, Messari, we know that for the average transaction fee, it is only 19 cents, which is pretty crazy, right? Good for them. And then now we take a look at the transactions. And again, if we take a look at transactions, just basic transactions, you can go to Messari, and on July 31st, just as an average, you're looking at 1.2 million, 1,158,621. Okay. So those were the transaction. That's a lot of transactions per day. And then if you take a look at Cardano, they only had 91,000, which is essentially what we all know. And then from what the post was, well, what about adjusted transaction volume? So Messari does this. They go, look, here's the adjusted transaction volume. This is estimated on-chain transaction volume in USD for the past 24 hours, adjusted to try and remove some types of non-economic transactions. Mostly just back and forth, really not too much going on. And again, kind of hard if you can do multiple transactions in one, like what Cardano can do. So if we take a look at Ethereum, again, over at Messari, adjusted transaction volume, you can see the adjusted transaction volume is 1.52 billion. 1.52 billion for Ethereum. That's the adjusted transaction volume. And we take a look at Cardano, it's 7.82 billion. Adjusted transaction volume. And what I did was I put all the links there so you could figure it out for yourself and go from there. So that was just a quick update about Cardano, what's going on. You're smart. You can take a look. I'm sure you're going to add to it. Let me know in the comment section where I'm wrong or what I need to look at. I'm always interested to see where there's gaps in the knowledge because it's all about moving forward, right? Awesome. So that's Cardano, looking pretty good, making me kind of bullish on there. And then also, there was a tweet. There's 2 tweets from Polygon. One, they talked about how they're going to do some kind of tease with a new finance for Web3. Pay attention, or it's coming out soon. And they did and then they always do these things. It's almost like Tronish, where they're like, hey, there's a new announcement for an announcement. But the last one they talked about was Disney and their incubator program, and that I think was pretty huge. This one says, hey, we got 37,000 dApps are being built on Polygon, according to the latest data from Alchemy platform. That's almost twice the number in March and 4 times jump since the start of the year. To me, I don't know about you, that's pretty big. I am investing into Polygon. I am investing into Cardano. I'm also investing into Ethereum because I think I don't really care who wins. I just don't. I think there's room for everybody. One's going to have the lion's share, the others are going to be around there. But I'm not a maximalist in any way. Okay, I'm not trying to save the world. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm trying to change my bank account. And the Ethereum merge has officially been slated for September 15th and 16th. And of course, you can read the comments, which is, well, when are they going to push that back? But who knows? But there's a great website I want to make mention of for everybody to follow. It's called WhenMerge, whenmerge.com. Very simple. And it just does a countdown. So we'll see if that actually works. And it's got a bunch of news about what's going on if you want to follow around and go from there. And then it talks about the difficulty bomb countdown. And if you don't know, difficulty bomb, as ETH Hub explains, Ethereum's difficulty bomb refers to a mechanism that at a predefined block number increases the difficulty level of puzzles, I guess, in the proof of work mining algorithm, resulting in longer than normal block times and thus less ETH rewards for miners, meaning they want all these miners to stop because they're going to proof of stake. This mechanism increases the difficulty exponentially over time and eventually leads to what is referred to as the ice age. That is, the chain becomes so difficult to mine that it grinds to a halt and stops producing blocks and freezes. So if this goes through, first of all, I will be wrong because I think they're going to push it back again, but that's just me. If it doesn't happen, great. The price will probably go up. The real question is this a buy the rumor, sell the news? That's for you to decide, not me. So anyhow, that's what's going on with Ethereum, Polygon. And lastly, I want to make mention of this. Near Protocol is going to be listed on Coinbase. Coinbase used to have a pretty big effect. I guess it still does. I don't know why, because Coinbase lists gosh darn near everything these days. But Near, I guess, pumped a little bit after Coinbase added to its roadmap. And just so you know, Near Protocol's token jumped 12% to almost $6. It's pretty good. Near was created to operate faster and cheaper than ETH. It achieves its high transaction speed and capacity through a process called sharding. I do not think they have sharding in the bag already. I think that is one of those things that is down the line as far as their roadmap. I could be wrong. Check me in the comments. But I do know this. If they can pull this off, because they are the layer of choice for SWEATCOIN. And SWEATCOIN already has 11 million wallets. They have 100 million users because it's a free app right now. It's what I'm always talking about on Twitter. And they already have 11 million crypto wallets. If they can come in and they can handle that load right off the bat, Near Protocol will go through the roof. The flip side of that is if they try to handle it and it collapses, the price will crash like crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to have those guys on and talk about that. Anyhow, that's what's going on for the layer ones, the side chains, and Cardano, everything else. Again, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. And lastly, let's do a giveaway, huh? So this is for TokenMetrics. And I talk about TokenMetrics here and there. They're going to give away 50 lifetime memberships to TokenMetrics. And what I'm going to do is there was an interview I did with Ian, who is the CEO of TokenMetrics. So this is what TokenMetrics is, how it all works. So just take a listen. Let me get out of here and I will play that. Okay, so as promised, I wanted to bring in somebody to talk about what is going on in the world of crypto, more specifically, a website that can actually help you that I use personally, TokenMetrics. So Ian, welcome back to the show. What is it, like third or fourth time you've been on here?
Yeah, and always a pleasure. Great to be back.
Yeah, so it's been a long, we got to stop making it this long because right now everybody needs as much information that they possibly can get. So I got a couple questions for you today. First of all, for those who don't know, what the heck is TokenMetrics? Then I'm going to ask about what's new at TokenMetrics site. I know you got some things going on. And then lastly, I know we're talking about Web3 and the things that it does, but what are you guys doing to help push that forward? And how are you trying to, get things into the forefront? So first of all, Ian, what is TokenMetrics?
Great question. TokenMetrics is an AI-driven crypto analytics platform that helps crypto investors become smarter investors. Our goal is to help crypto investors and traders make money in crypto using data, AI, and helping them find the needle in the haystack. This is done through a few key products. One, through crypto ratings. So our AI ratings, think of them as Moody for cryptos or credit scores for crypto assets. We tell you how bullish and bearish we are on crypto assets using different data points from market data to quantitative data, on-chain data, sentiment data, as many data points as possible. Then we also have model portfolios, crypto indices for different exchanges, for over 10 crypto exchanges from Coinbase to Binance to FTX to the whole market that are built using our AI ratings that help you really build a fully diversified portfolio in the crypto space, as well as having crypto research through our newsletter and our media company.
Yeah, that's good, man, because it's hard to make sense of the whole crypto market. And I think people need as much data as they possibly can. And then of course it's up to you for you watching the video, if you want to check this out. There's always a link in the description, but this is what it looks like. TokenMetrics, and here it all is. Ian, do me a favor, just walk us through a couple of things, some points to point out for people who are new when they come in here.
So this is our TokenMetrics market indicator. It essentially tells you when the market is bearish or bullish. This is actually free. Anybody can access this for free if you just go to TokenMetrics.com without even logging in.
Nice.
If you zoom out and click on year on the top right on the time horizon, this is actually called the peak of the last bull run back in November. If you see when it was bearish. So the way this works is we have thousands of crypto assets in our platform, and we have AI ratings for all of them. And we take the whole market as a whole and the ratings, and we see what's the percentage of bullish versus bearish. And using that, we're able to almost perfectly call the top back in November and almost perfectly call the bottom recently. But basically, this helps you know when to enter and get out of the market, when to shift strategies, because a bearish market has a totally different investment and trading strategy versus a bullish market.
Gotcha. Well, look at that.
Yeah. And then if you scroll down, we actually have a chart that tells you if we're in altcoin season or not. So basically, when it's green, right now we're in altcoin season. So right now is a good time to start accumulating altcoins.
All right. A lot of different indicators to choose from. A lot of things out there. Altcoin season. Well, who doesn't like that? All right. Cool. So I guess, that's just a quick overview of what's going on. So Ian, what's new, man? What's new?
Yeah. So lots of people have been asking for us to add NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to our platform. And as of this week, we have officially added them to the platform. So we have introduced the new NFT grade, which is an AI-powered grade that does the same thing we did for crypto assets, but with NFTs. So if you go to analytics on the top left, and then click NFTs, we leverage our AI to take all the different on-chain data points and rate NFT collections as a whole on which ones we think have the most value. So in this case, our motto is very bullish on Bored Ape Kennel Club, followed by Bored Ape Yacht Club, then Parallel Alpha, Townstar, and Doodles. And then, so this helps you figure out what NFTs are actually worth looking at in terms of investing in. And then if you go to NFT assets on the top left, this will go through and find individual NFTs that we think have the most upside. So in this case, we have this Parallel Alpha.
Oh my God.
This one had a last sale of 24,000. That one, I'll be kind of cautious. Could be wash trading. Who knows? We'll have to kind of research that. But based on the on-chain data, this kind of tells you where to look at, right? So for example, we have Bored Ape Yacht Club number 7634, which last sold for 51 ETH. And our AI estimates the price could be 122 ETH. So taking all the different data points, it basically gives an idea on what NFTs could be worth looking at. And if you click on a single NFT, it actually takes you to that page and will give you more information on the trades and why that is rare.
Man, look at that. 95 estimated price, 196. Shoo, that's a lot of money.
So this helps you go through and very quickly sift through the NFTs and which ones would be potentially good trades or investments.
Oh, those of us who are in NFTs, which would lead me to my next point, because everybody's talking about NFTs and how great they are. And I think they're going to be good. I don't see it like, I mean, a Doodles and a Bored Ape Yacht Club could be great, fantastic. But I'm looking at more things for ownership, for real estate, for digital IDs and those types of things. So I know you guys are big on Web3. So we were talking beforehand. So what are you guys doing to push that narrative forward?
Yeah, TokenMetrics is eating our own dog food. We're going Web3, but by creating our own NFTs. These NFTs will be different than typical NFTs. They'll have actual utility from the beginning. So lots of our customers and community have asked us to create lifetime subscriptions. So we figured, why not make this a lifetime NFT? So we've launched what's called TokenMetrics Astronaut Society, where we'll have a mint coming up within a month or so, where our community can purchase lifetime subscriptions to TokenMetrics as an NFT. And these NFTs will give you access to the platform. You'll be able to log in using your wallet, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Coinbase Wallet, into the platform using the NFT you hold in your wallet. That will represent the full plans we have, from the basic plan all the way to the VIP plan. Now, in crypto fashion, we're making this a mint. So we have 10,000 NFTs. We're taking whitelist spots via pre-mint. If you go to premint.xyz/Astronaut Society, you'll have the ability to join the whitelist, and this whitelist will give you the opportunity to mint and purchase an NFT, but it will be random. So the price has not been set for the mint, but let's say the mint is 0.25 ETH to 2 ETH. Who knows what the final price will be? but you have the opportunity to potentially mint a VIP plan at a steep discount. So this is something that provides an opportunity for anybody who wanted to access TokenMetrics using NFTs, or maybe even at a steep discount, and getting lifetime access as opposed to paying monthly or annual subscription.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this was the part that got my attention, because I'm like, that means that if someone's like, you know what, I don't really like this plan, or I'm going to get out of crypto and I'm just going to be a farmer, whatever, then they can just say, hey, I have this lifetime plan that you can purchase from me, and I can transfer it right from my wallet, my MetaMask wallet, to your MetaMask wallet, and then boom, off it goes, right?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You could resell it on OpenSea.
That's crazy, and I think that's where things are going. All right, man, that sounds cool. Well, Ian, anything? Oh, before I take off, let me ask you about this. How do you, and first of all, thanks for coming on the show. We all appreciate it. I appreciate it. But how do you see the market going? Right now, it's August something. CPI numbers are out. How do you see things going for the next 12 months or so, 6 to 12 months?
Well, right now, I would say we're short-term bullish. So our AI models have turned bullish on the market. So we're bullish as well. However, we just gotten out of a bear market. So we want to be cautious, but optimistic. So I would say we're optimistically cautious, if that makes sense.
It makes, cautiously optimistic. So that's what I am all the time, almost. And then, of course, this is a good time to accumulate. Ian, thanks, my man, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Then one last thing. So you've been a great support of TokenMetrics. We'd love to give away whitelist spots to your community. We have 50 of them. So we'll let you handle that. Our team would love to support the community as well. Thank you for
reminding me. So here's what we're going to do. So everybody, there's going to be a link in the description. I'm going to put a post up. It's going to look just like this. The link to that post in Twitter is going to have all the information, all the things you need to actually get whitelisted to potentially win a
Astrobot Society whitelist.
So whitelist for an unlimited lifetime subscription to TokenMetrics. So look for that in the description. Looks just like this, and we'll go from there. Ian, thanks for being so generous.
All right, it was a pleasure. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, let's jump back. Great. Well, anyhow, first of all, thanks, Ian, again for coming on. I really appreciate it. And just to reiterate, just to make sure that we're on the same page, if we're taking a look at, first of all, to win that, the whitelist, to have a lifetime membership, there's a link in the description. There's a link to the Twitter post right here, or you just go here to the actual site to sign up. And that site itself looks just like this. And it says, follow Astrobot Society, follow News Asset on Twitter, must like and retweet this tweet, and then put your email in there, and then they'll draw it. 50 spots. And just so you know, this is not like, I didn't realize it was so much. So like just for a basic membership at TokenMetrics is $20 a month or $200 a year. Advanced is $100 a month, $1,000 a year. Premium is $300 a month or $3,000 a year. And the VIP, like he was talking about, is $750 a month or $7,500 a year. So if you want to win something like that, we got 50 of those spots open. Might behoove you to go in there and check it out. So that's what we got right there. Hopefully we got 50 winners, and that's it. So that's what's going on. So look, that takes care of today in the news and what's happening. Now we're going to jump into I'll do the quick health update and the Q&A. We'll do that. If you got to take off, get out of here. You've been here for 28 minutes or so. Time to go do some other stuff. But thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Hit the like if you like it, subscribe, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow anyhow. So that's it. Let's jump into Q&A.